It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by
ProMed Ambulance Services. Care you can count on.
And Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Question: who is William Edward John? Those of you R&B purists will know him as Little Willie John. And for those of you who listened to his life story on Y95 a few years back, our friend John Guess forgot the Willie in his name. Born in the Collindale section of Camden, Arkansas, on November 15, 1937, he was one of 10 children born to Lily and Murtis John. Many sources erroneously give his middle name as Edgar. His family moved to Detroit when he was 4 so that his father could find factory work. In the late 40s, the kids formed a gospel singing group. Willie also performed in talent shows, which brought him to the attention of Johnny Otis and later the musician and producer Henry Glover. After seeing him sing with Paul Hucklebuck Williams Orchestra, Glover signed him to a recording contract with King Records in 1955. He was nicknamed Little Willie for his short stature. John's first recording, a version of Titus Turner's All Around the World, was a number 5 hit on the Billboard R&B chart. He followed up with a string of R&B hits, including the original version of Need Your Love So Bad, co-written with his elder brother, Murtis John Jr. Perhaps his biggest hit of all was Fever, released in 1956. The song sold over 1 million copies and received a gold record award, and went on to be covered by artists including Peggy Lee and Elvis Presley. More hits followed, and John parlayed his success in records with an appearance at the famed Cavalcade of Jazz concert in 1958 and his involvement in the civil rights movement. However, he was also known for his short temper and problems with alcohol. He was arrested multiple times for charges that include narcotics, swindling, and grand larceny. In 1963, he was dropped from King Records. In 1965, he was convicted of manslaughter for the fatal stabbing of a concert-goer named Kendall Roundtree in Seattle a little over a year earlier. He was sent to Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla, where Adam West, TV's Batman, grew up. John appealed the conviction and was released on probation while the case was reconsidered, during which time he recorded what was intended to be his comeback album titled 1966. But he lost the appeal and was sent back to prison, where he died on May 26, 1968, at the age of 30. By the way, John Guess erroneously gave Little Willie John's death year as 1996. That was the year Willie John was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Stevie Wonder gave the presentation. Despite counterclaims, John's cause of death, stated on his death certificate, was a heart attack. One of his sisters, Mabel John, recorded for Motown and Stax and was a member of Ray Charles' backup vocal group, the Raylettes. His son Keith John has sung backup for Stevie Wonder. In 2016, Little Willie John was inducted into the Michigan Rock and Roll Legends Hall of Fame. And in 2022, he was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame. He received not 1 but 2 posthumous inductions into the Rhythm and Blues Music Hall of Fame. In 2014 as a singer, and in 2016 as a songwriter.
Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia?
Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.